Well, as populations continue to rise, Australia requires equivalent growth in social and economic infrastructure. But how are we placed to develop our cities of the future, or smart cities as they're called? What opportunities exist and what exactly will they look like? Well, these issues are being discussed today at a national summit where the Global Head of Technology and Innovations at Norton Rose Fulbright, Nick Abrahams, is speaking, and he's found time out of the schedule to join us today. Nick, thanks for your time today.
Thanks.
Initially, smart cities were driven by tech companies partnering with cities to sell infrastructure such as broadband, Wi-Fi, but they've really moved beyond that. What is the next evolution of a smart city? What will it look like?
Yeah, I think we've moved from certainly Wi-Fi, and we've got lighting now. So we've just had the 1,000th city globally put up IoT lighting, and so that saves 60% on lighting bills, so that's good. We now move into other areas, so it's about waste management, water management, energy management, and also, frankly, surveillance and keeping people safe.
So how is this all being powered? Because you mentioned IoT, the Internet of Things. It's all going up into a cloud and being determined up there.
It's all in the cloud. So in terms of Internet of Things, the critical thing to know is that sensor technology is really cheap now, and so we can put sensors on everything. So a lot of the infrastructure you see in cities, be they light poles, traffic poles, etc., will all have sensors on them, and that will be able to determine a whole range of things, certainly movement of transport, but also people movement and so forth. So you take all of the cheapness of the sensor technology and then artificial intelligence, it can tell us a whole range of interesting things.
So where is Australia placed with our smart city plan or policy?
Yeah, the government has been focused on smart cities. This is an area where you don't want to get too far ahead of the curve on it because it doesn't necessarily work immediately. And so the government has issued opportunities for $50 million of investment in smart cities, and then also used it as a way to outreach into our Asian neighbours and earmarked $30 million for the ASEAN Smart Cities projects.
Now, you've just returned from Toronto, where they're very much ahead of the curve there. They're developing the Google Sidework project. What did you see over there? What are they doing, and what lessons could we possibly learn from that?
I think it's remarkable in its scope. The Sidewalk project is 750 acres of effectively land that is disused right at the moment, and so they are going to have that where it'll be fully autonomous, so you won't have a vehicle driven by a driver there, and there's a whole range of tunnels underneath which allows people to access various areas, and areas for robots which are already pre-designated.
What are some of the concerns with that? Because it seems that it's all being powered by data. We've got tech companies running these cities, if you like. And if we look at what just happened with Facebook and Cambridge Analytica, should we feel more empowered and excited by this, or more like guinea pigs, and should we really be trusting this data?
I think it all depends on the data. So Melbourne have had a great success with their Smart Bins project, which has sensors in their bins, and so that's reduced the pickup time from, it used to be picked up 4 times a day, now gets picked up twice a week. So that's fantastic. Do we care about bin data? No. Do we care about facial surveillance? Absolutely we do. And so I think that's where we've got the tipping point.
Now, smart cities haven't always worked. If you look at the first smart city, Songzo, in South Korea, it's a huge white elephant, a huge failure.
It is $40 billion of investment, including South Korea's tallest tower, and they can't get people to live there. So they've only got 70,000 people, they're expecting 350,000, and it just has not worked.
Okay, we are out of time, but Nick Abrahams, really good to speak to you today. Thank you.
Thanks, Kat.